We are about at the 1-year anniversary of me making the switch into trying to become a full-time Lego business from general resale, just niching down until the 80% of what I do is Lego. That's the goal here. And a couple people in the comments over the last couple weeks have been like, hey, any advice? I'm thinking about starting doing this also. So that's what this video is, ranging from the practical to the philosophical, I suppose. Let's just dive in. Number 1, start small. Like, don't go spending 10 grand at a Walmart clearance or something. Like, there's a big learning curve with this, especially if you're going to go the Bricklink route of parting out sets and selling individual parts. You're going to make a lot of mistakes along the way, and you don't want to make a $10,000 mistake. So, and it takes a while to get that ball rolling of consistent sales, I've learned. The shore is shallow, is what I'm trying to get at. Like, there's definitely deep water out there, and there's money to be made out there, but you got to get up to your ankles first, and then just keep wading out into the water to continue this metaphor. You just keep wading out into the water and just keep building up over and over time. Number 2 is I would suggest you start used versus new, and that is going to thrift stores and yard sales and checking Facebook, checking OfferUp, things like that. Because what happens is, like, when a new set, what am I trying to say? When at Walmart or Target, when stuff goes on clearance, it goes on clearance like nationwide, speaking from the US. And anybody and everybody who's doing this are also buying those sets to part out or to try and like resell as a sealed set or hold on to it for investing, right? So you're competing with a lot of people that have the same product as you from the get-go. If you start used, your likelihood of finding unique pieces or unique minifigures that a lot of people don't have, it goes up exponentially, right? Let's say you go to a yard sale and you buy like I did, a big old collection of Lego for $150, and then the Ghost and Phantom are in there. That's like with all the minifigures, that's like a $500 set. So I could not have done it. I could not have done it that way if I had focused on buying brand new sets on clearance from Meyer or whatever it is, right? I could only do that being on the hunt and look out for stuff that's used. Number 3, get organized ASAP. I made several attempts that did not work at trying to get organized. I avoided buying these initially until I realized, well, I kind of have to have them. You do not want something to sell and then you spend 15-20 minutes looking for it. You want to know exactly which drawer it's in. You just want to walk over there, open the drawer, pull it out, and put it down, especially if it's like a 10-cent piece, right? You don't want to constantly be sending refunds or spending a lot of time looking for something because you can't find it. So just get organized as soon as possible. That can look like this. It could also look like, I've seen a few people use these actually. These are like sewing kits. Usually people use them for, they store needles or buttons and stuff in there. If you just want to start small and use one of these, that's perfectly acceptable. Look, I even bought this at a thrift store for $3. Number 4, this is a huge one. Find community/journal. YouTube has been a great place for me to do that. One of the skill sets I developed in high school and college and thereafter is making videos. And, this type of video isn't a great example of like complicated editing or storytelling or anything like that. It's a sit and talk video. But one of the skill sets I had was making videos. And I knew if I started putting stuff out there, eventually I would connect with people. It really started on TikTok. The TikTok algorithm is great. And just people started to get to know me on there, and I said, hey, come on over to YouTube, and people started coming over here where I'm doing these like longer form videos. And then I started a Discord where, not a lot of people have come into the Discord, but it's enough that like conversations get started and we all, give advice to each other. So just find a community either online or in person where you can share ideas, talk about problems you're having, things like that. And the journal aspect of that is these videos have become a journal for me that I just happen to share, like the monthly business reviews videos that I do. And people have just happened to find that interesting, but it's great for me because I can catch myself making mistakes. September was a horrible, horrible month sales-wise, so it was a good time for me to just sit and reflect and figure out what went wrong, right? Number 5, remember to play. I did that really recently with the Lego ghost videos, the Halloween decoration ones. Don't get into Lego if you don't like Lego. Like, I'm assuming you're here because you like Lego and are already interested. But it can get really tedious if you, it can get very tedious, as you can imagine, just digging through all the little parts and getting stuff put together the right way, or, you know, it's work. When it comes down to it, it's work. So you want to remember to find ways to have fun, whether that's making your own creations or getting satisfaction out of putting something back together out of a big old mess of stuff. Just, you got to have fun. And part of that too could be making videos on TikTok. If you find videos making fun, or even YouTube shorts or longer form YouTube, if you find that fun, just do it. This kind of falls in the same vein as start small as the first one. And this one is more like, it's not a get rich quick scheme at all. So you're going to want to dabble in other things, whether that's keeping your full-time job until you can feel like you can cut back hours to part-time, or it's going to be having a part-time job. This is not my only source of income selling Lego. Like, I still sell lots of other things. That's what those boxes are up there. When I do what sold videos, you see me selling other things. I do a lot of video games too. I also contract out for freelance video editing sometimes, and there's been months where if I hadn't have done that, then it would have been a horrible month, right? And I just happened to not find one for September, which sucked. So I do want to eventually get out of doing extra work and not have it be income on top of a balanced life. Like, I want Lego to be like my income, and then when I take a freelance gig, it's like extra money. I'm not there yet, trying to get there. YouTube is monetized now, so hopefully that happens a little bit faster, but we'll see. Make connections, I wrote down for number 7, and that is like, there's your community Lego base that's going to help you figure out how to do things and you're going to have fun with. But then there's like other resellers or other business people, or if you go to church or something, you just want to tell people what you're doing and tell them how you're doing it. I have a friend who, he's popped up in a couple videos that he knows I'm trying to get into full-time Lego. He's a reseller also. He works mostly with cars, and when he finds Lego, he messages me, and, you know, I end up paying him more money than if I had just found it myself, but he saved me the trouble of finding it, and it works out to be a good relationship. I have another reseller friend who does a lot of glass and general resale, and if he finds Lego, he'll sell it himself sometimes. I mean, I can't fault him for that. He's got to make money. But occasionally he'll message me and be like, I found this thing. I don't want to take the effort to put it together. Do you want it? You know, he bought it for $1. I buy it for $5. I sell it for $20. That kind of thing. Just be a nice person, make connections. And when people do make those kinds of favors for you, find ways to repay them. Because that guy sells glass, just through my wife's business, there's a lot of packing materials. So I said, I got all this packing paper in these boxes. Do you want it? And, you know, if I save him a few dollars from buying packing paper, then that's great. My friend who does cars, you know, if I really don't know what I'm looking for with cars, but on occasion I have found something and I send him a picture and I said, do you want this? And, you know, you want it to be reciprocal. If people are going to take care of you, take care of other people. And also take care of other people without expectation of anything in return, because it's just a nice thing to do. Get some water. Number 8, pick a point of pride in your business. And this will take a little bit of research, a little bit of buying stuff. I'll use Bricklink as an example. When I buy stuff on Bricklink and it shows up at my house, sometimes I'm like, I'm not impressed with the packaging. Like, I think my years of like doing eBay and other stuff, I've kind of developed like how I like things to be packaged. So what I've done is when I mail stuff out, it's a point of pride for me to have it packed really, really well and protected. So pick a thing for you that, like, what's the one thing I'm going to do super, super well that nobody else is doing, or that not a lot of other people are doing. Maybe you only sell super rare stuff and people come to know and trust you for that. And, you know, that's a lot of effort finding the super rare stuff, but if you have the connections and the resources, why not, right? So just pick something that you're going to do better than everybody else. Number 9, this is a huge one. Calculate how many hours, if you buy a used lot, are going to go into figuring out whether you're going to put it all together or you're just going to piece it out. That $150 buy with the Ghost and the Phantom, that collection was mostly put together already. And it's just been mostly taking the time to make sure it's complete and actually like assembled. If that collection, I'm kind of towing the line with this one. If that collection had been like a mess, just all jumbled up, I probably still would have bought it for $150. But the effort of reassembling everything, once you start calculating like how much am I technically making per hour to be doing this, would be astronomically higher than it is now. Now I can put together 3 or 4 sets in a day worth $200. Let's say I put in 5 hours total. You want to do that math. So what is 200 divided by 5? That is $40 an hour. So keep that in mind. And number 10, explore marketplaces. This is a big thing in the eBay community right now. People just aren't impressed with eBay right now, and myself included. I've been kind of like, do I need to start looking other places? I know Mercari's like a big one right now. Whatnot is huge right now. I just don't have the time or the desire to put on a live auction show. It's just not my thing. But you can explore that. I know, what else is a big one? Facebook. I really don't like selling on Facebook, but that's an option for you. What else? So I will probably never go completely all in on Bricklink because I feel like it's a very niche part of the Lego community that shops there, right? It's like I stay on eBay with complete sets mostly because when grandma goes to do Christmas shopping or when dad goes to do birthday shopping or whatever it is, for lack of a better term, like they're Bricklink muggles. Like they don't know. They may not know. They probably don't know. But everybody knows eBay. Like, so I feel like you reach a wider audience on eBay. And that's why I still sell there. Also, figuring out shipping is so much easier on eBay. If there's one thing I could change about Bricklink today, it would be navigating how to set up your shipping. It is extremely awful. I hope this was helpful for you. I know this is not like my traditional type of video, but I feel like this was the best format to do it in. And I hope I said something that sparks some inspiration or said something you haven't thought of yet. And it's just good for me to always it's good for me too, to sit and reflect on the last year and what I've learned so far. And am I actually implementing this list? Things like that. So thank y'all for watching. I'll catch y'all next time and we'll get back to our regular tasty Lego content.